If you could have any cantrip in real life, what cantrip would you want to have? It's an interesting question, and I found the best way to answer this question would be to rank every single cantrip based off of how useful it would be to have in real life. I of course did all this ranking on a live stream, and it was really bad. It was terrible. I should never live stream again. I'm gonna have the little stream health bar over here, just to let me know whenever the stream is starting to die. Why am I dropping so many frames? This is YouTube's problem. I'm definitely gonna live stream again. I went through every single cantrip and ranked them on how useful they would be, starting at making your life actively worse, going all the way up to forever life-changing in the best way possible. We'll start with the small yet surprising category of cantrips that would make your life actively worse. This category includes cantrips like True Strike or Friends. I've never actually read through the description of Friends, but reading through it is terrible. Why would anyone choose this cantrip in real life or in D&D? You get advantage on charisma checks against non-hostile creatures for 1 minute, and once that minute is up, they become hostile to you. How could this possibly be useful? You can't use it in combat. You can't charm hostile creatures, so it has to be against creatures that were already pretty alright with you. Just for advantage on a charisma check, and once you have advantage on this charisma check, once you make your checks, then they're hostile toward you. They go from non-hostile to hostile in a minute, and within that minute, you have to milk the hell out of this advantage on charisma check stuff. It's not like Charm Person, where I'll get advantage for an hour, which gives me plenty of time to put some distance between me and that creature, so that when they become hostile after realizing they were enchanted, they cannot fight me or attack me. No, as soon as that minute's up, I get all my charisma stuff checking out of the way. Now I have to fight this creature or talk them down from them being super mad at me. What could possibly be worth 1 minute of conversation to warrant turning a creature from non-hostile to hostile? It's like people dunk on True Strike all the time, and I totally get why True Strike is dunkable on, because it's totally useless to have in combat. But Friends is totally useless to have in combat and in social situations. How could anyone possibly use Friends correctly? Those are cantrips that would make your life actively worse. Now we're going to talk about the not very useful category of cantrips, which is also known as all of the combat cantrips. This is one of the biggest categories because it just includes all of the cantrips that just do damage. These cantrips are very useful as a D&D character to conserve your spell slots as you get into combat, but in real life, I'm assuming most people don't get into combat. I'm sure it'd be super cool to shoot a blast of energy out of your hands, but I think once that novelty's worn off, there's not much else you can do with it. I don't know, who gets into combat often? If you get into combat often, this would be perfect for you, but I don't get into combat often, and this is my YouTube channel, so. The next category we get into are the cantrips with very rare applications. This is the category of cantrip where there would be very rare instances which you would ever actually need to use them. They're slightly more useful than the combat cantrips, but these cantrips may be useful in very uncommon scenarios, like resistance. I don't know how often I make saving throws, but if I were to ever make a real life saving throw, I guess I would like an extra D4. The next category of cantrips would be sorta okay to have. They're by no means life-changing cantrips, they would just make certain common scenarios slightly better. Like, if your car headlights go out, you could cast Dancing Lights. Or if you ever need to make an announcement, you cast Thaumaturgy. It's very possible for these situations to come up, and these cantrips would be good to have if they ever do come up. Now we get to cantrips that are actually useful. These cantrips solve more problems than the previous category, but they don't exactly have that like everyday use. Spells like Encode Thoughts or Druidcraft. Did you know Druidcraft can predict the weather? That would be so useful to have. I would never need to like check the weather app, and like if Druidcraft can like accurately predict the weather, then I will always be able to know what kind of clothes to wear outside. I'm never gonna be like, oh, should I take a jacket? Should I not take a jacket? No. Druidcraft, I know whether or not I should take a jacket. I also included Vicious Mockery in this category because how awesome would it be to tell someone a yo mama joke and then have a 33% chance of them dying because of it? Imagine being able to send someone into a coma by pointing out their socks are mismatched. That's the cantrip I want to have. Now finally, we get to the life-changing cantrips. These cantrips you would use every single day. These are the cantrips that would make your life like a step above. These are the cantrips that would send your life from being kind of, it's every single day to, wow, this is great. Mending. Never pay for repairs. Never have to buy replacements. Get a tear in your clothing. Mending. Boom. Done. Your car broke down. Not anymore. Oh no, my marriage is failing and my wife has handed me divorce papers. Boom, mending. You're staying with me forever. Very useful cantrip. Would love to have it. Prestidigitation. Think of how great it would be to have prestidigitation. Not very useful in combat if I was an adventurer in the D&D world, but in real life, to never have to do laundry ever again, and to immediately clean the clothes that I am wearing and never wash them, never dry them. Just done. Also, it can immediately make food taste good. Any food taste however you want it to taste. You're having rice, but you want to have steak? Boom, that rice is steak now. You go to a restaurant and you're eating the food and it tastes bad? Now it tastes amazing. You never have to go to restaurants ever again. You can make anything taste like anything. The final cantrip, and this is the cantrip that I think would be the most useful to have in real life. This cantrip is what I would pick if I got the chance to have any cantrip in real life. And it is Mage Hand. It's useful in D&D, it's also useful in real life. It's just having an extra hand with you. How great would an extra hand be? Not even just an extra hand attached to your body, a floating extra hand. This extra hand could grab things from across the room. It can cook while you're on your phone. It can type while you're doing, other stuff. You can be writing and also typing at the same time. It can carry bags for you. Maybe it's like too hot outside and you have a jacket on, but you don't want to carry a jacket all day. Take the jacket off, just have your Mage Hand hold it. A lot of these cantrips are based off of whether or not I am wearing a jacket. In the shower, Mage Hand can wash your back. You can't reach your back, Mage Hand or like sunscreen. Oh my god, you can put sunscreen on your back with the Mage Hand. You can't reach your back with your normal hand, but your Mage Hand can reach your back. It can open doors for you. It can reach things on the top shelf. It can push a grocery store cart, or like if you're at a grocery store, you could be like pushing the cart and you can have Mage Hand plucking things off the shelf. So all you have to do is just walk through the grocery store and you already have everything you need to have. And with Mage Hand, you could also do other stuff. Other stuff. I'm not going to say what that other stuff is, but it could be other stuff. Like joining my Patreon. My Patreon is pretty cool. It's $3 a month just for some general support. But if you want to join the D&D campaign that I'm running on my Patreon, it could be $10 a month, and that's if you want to get in on some D&D goodness. All these people like it on here. These are all my patrons, and they love it. If you don't want to give me money, that's perfectly fine. You can just subscribe to the channel to help me out. I mean, it's pretty free. You don't have to watch every single video. It just helps to just be subscribed. You can just click the subscribe button, and it would help me out. Or just liking the video. I mean, you've watched this video to the very end. You could just click the like button, and it would make no difference to you. Leave a comment of what cantrip you'd want to have, or your reasoning for your cantrip choice. I mean, also the video is about to end, by the way. I don't know if you know this. You should click on this video before this video ends. You should click on this video because this video is going to be over soon. This video has more content for you. If you haven't clicked on this video yet, I feel like you should definitely click on this new video because the video is ending like right now. So I'll see you in this video that you're definitely going to click on because I trust you.